What's going on, everybody? It's Bruce. I'm back. I'm going to do something a little different today. As you guys know, I usually show late 70s, early 80s punk and power pop, the first wave of things. But this video I've been thinking about doing since I started doing videos, and I finally decided to do it today. So we'll get into it in a sec here. So anyway, I grew up in the 90s, and most of my collection's old stuff, but I do have a handful of stuff that is from the 90s. And today I want to talk about my favorite label when I was growing up in high school in my early 20s, and that would be Lookout Records from the East Bay area. So in 1987, Larry Livermore and David Hayes founded Lookout Records in Laytonville, California, which is in the Mendocino County, up in the Redwoods there. Eventually they would move it down to Berkeley when they got a little more successful, but yeah, we're going to talk about Lookout Records. I'm not going to go into all our history. If you want to read a really great book, Larry Livermore's How to Ruin a Record Label, I think I read that in like a day. So if you really want to know about Lookout Records, just check out that book. So let's get into it. I'm going to go in order of release. Got about 40 records to show. I'm just going to zip through them. I'm not going to talk about them much, but here we go. Alright, first up, Larry Livermore himself, his band, The Lookouts. This is the first release on Lookout Records. One Planet, One People, Lookout #1. LP, this came out in, I want to say 87 or 88. Anyway, next up, Lookout #5. Now I will say, I have a lot of this stuff on CD and cassette, because back then it was cheaper to buy cassette tapes, and I was pretty much broke being a teenager, so this is the vinyl I have, but I do have a lot of this stuff on CD and tape as well that I don't have on vinyl. So anyway, Lookout #5, 7-inch, Bedtime for Isocracy. This had the first drummer of Green Day in it before he joined Green Day. Pretty cool. Probably the most important release, arguably, on the label in its existence. One of my favorites, top 3 probably, and of course that would be Energy by Operation Ivy. If you lived under a rock and don't know who Operation Ivy is, this is Tim Armstrong and Matt Freeman from Rancid's first band, singer Jesse Miles and Jesse Michaels, and something Mello, the drummer, I don't remember, but anyway, pre-Rancid, Op Ivy. Good stuff. Great record. One of the coolest comps from that time, The Thing That Ate Floyd. This is a 2 LP set. It has 35, 36 tracks. You can still pretty much find this. It's rare, but you can find it. I think I found this copy for 20 bucks, 25 bucks. And it's got a lot of the stuff that didn't get a lot of play, didn't get a lot of credit, but there's some pretty obscure Lookout stuff on here, and even some tracks that were from bands that weren't even on Lookout. So The Thing That Ate Floyd. Trigger warning, this band's actually been successful, so if I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. Green Day's first 7-inch, 1,000 Hours. This is Laytonville Press. You can tell the original's by, it's hard to see, but right there it says Laytonville. So this is an OG, pretty beat up. There's a reissue from later on. Green Day's first EP, 1,000 Hours. Back to Larry Livermore, which, by the way, speaking of Green Day, Trey Cool played drums in the Lookout, Larry's band. And this is their second LP, Spy Rock Road. Most of these came out in the late 80s. We'll start getting in the 90s here in a second. 2 more for you again. Same band, Green Day, 39 Smooth, their debut album. Came out in 1990. There's Green Day looking real young. Lookouts again. 7-inch. Mendocino Homeland. Cool stuff. Last one from the boys. Green Day's second EP, Slappy. Again, OG Press, Laytonville, California. The later releases have Berkeley, California, because they moved. Larry eventually left Lookout Records in '97 and sold it to Chris Applegren and his wife Molly Newman. And they disbanded in 2012, I think, is when they finally called it a day. 4 by the Lookouts, another 7-inch. This one's cool. This is the shit split with blacks and filth. Established East Bay, 1989, baby. The record that got him signed to a major, Kerplunk. Green Day came out in '91. Most of these are OGs, a few of them are reissues. Another one of my favorite bands from that era, Screeching Weasel, My Brain Hurts. Let's see here. Veronica Hates Me, Cindy's on Methadone, The Science of Myth, Teenage Freak Shows. There's some cool tunes on this. I really dug Screeching Weasel when I was in high school. Still do love them, but don't listen to them as much as I used to. I want to be like Dee Dee Ramone. Not now, he's dead. Love this band, have a lot of their stuff on CD and tape, but this is the only LP I have from them, and that would be Jeff Ott's Creme Shine Ducktail Soup. Duct tape soup, excuse me, not duck, like tape. LP. This is a reissue from '98. Good record. Billy Joe's side project with Aaron Comet Bus, Pinhead Gunpowder. This is the Fahiza EP. Pretty cool. Got a couple Screeching Weasels here. First record they put out, this originally came on a red cover on Roadkill Records, Boogada Boogada Boogada, reissued by Lookout. Good. Another Screeching Weasel from '92, Wiggle. I Was a High School Psychopath, pretty cool tune on here. All these have been reissued since with updated mixes and remasters, but I'm cool with the originals. I'm not buying that stuff anymore. One of my other favorite bands from that era, the Queers. Still like the Queers. Saw the Queers in Dayton about 2 or 3 months ago. Still killing it. Love songs for the mentally disabled. Love songs for the retarded, the Queers. Hey, You're Trippin', Teenage Bonehead, Fuck the World, Noodle Brain, Monster Zero, Ursula Finally Has Tits. Great record. 2 more Screeching Weasel 7 inches. Screeching Weasel, Born Against, Split. Then You Broke My Fucking Heart, Screeching Weasel. Dan Vapid and the Cheats, current band, they're pretty good. Yeah. More Screeching Weasel, Anthem for a New Tomorrow. There's a lot of good songs in this. I'd say my favorite's probably, let's see, where's it at? I don't know. Peter Brady's pretty funny, but Totally. First song, side B. There. More of the same. Queers, Beat Off. You Make Me Want to Puke. This is the classic lineup: Joe Queer, B-Face, and Hugh O'Neill. Hugh O'Neill, rest in peace. Actually, Dan Panic played on this record, but he was in the band. I think he was in rehab or something. This one always cracked me up. I Want to Be Billy Joe by Wyatt Tyler. Look at that guy. It's a handsome fella. This is funny. This is like a novelty comedy 7-inch. I think I got it for free. Somebody give it to me. I don't know. Anyway. More of the same. Screeching Weasel, Susan's Getting Married. Waiting for Susie. This has Mass Giorgini from Squirt Gun playing bass and Mike Dirnt playing bass, respectively on each side. Queers Grow Up. This was originally released on a different label. I can't remember what it is. Reissued by Lookout. This is their earliest stuff. This is actually a lot of 80s Queers songs from the original lineup that never got a proper release. So it's got Jay-Z Ratzler from DMZ, I believe. Some other guys playing on this. And of course the original lineup, B-Face and Hugh O'Neill, but he has some guest appearances because these are old 80s Queer songs got re-released. Or never got proper release and then released on Lookout. Could have called the Screechy Weasel Queers video. Screechy Weasel, how to make enemies and irritate people. Mike Grant from Green Day playing bass on this record. Came out in '94, singer's Dookie. Busy man that year, I guess. Surf Goddess, love this song, Queers. Also has Mirage, Get Over You, and Quit Talking. I guess it's an EP, you wouldn't call it. Queers, Move Back Home. Good stuff. Screechy Weasel side project. The Riverdale's Ramon Worship Baby. Back to You, Fun Tonight, respectively. 27. Master Giorgini's Squirt Gun. He recorded a lot of those You Got bands at that time, so makes sense. This is really poppy stuff. Cool bass lines though. And of course the proper Riverdale's LP, Ben Weasel, Dan Vapid, Dan Panic. This is a pretty great record, and I truly believe as far as pop punk goes from the 90s, Back to You, Dan Vapid songs probably could be the best pop punk song written in the 90s in my opinion. Riverdale self-titled. Kind of a random one, worst case scenario. I don't even remember what this sounds like. Again, I think this is like the freebie in it when I ordered something. Maybe listen to it once, I don't know, but it's here. Queers Don't Back Down. This has got Janelle, Born to Do Dishes, Punk Rock Girls, I Only Drink Bud. There they are. Classic. Bubblegum Dreams, Queers. Squirt Gun, Marianne, more of the same. Pretty poppy, catchy, cool bass. Few more. Pinhead Gunpowder, Goodbye Elson Avenue. This is a good record. I like this record a lot. Still holds up in my opinion. Screeching Weasel, Formula 77 EP. Kissy Kissy. And then the newest of them, Alkaline Trio, Hell Yes, with the B-side, My Standard, Break From Life. This is a really good song. The A-side's really good, so I picked it up when it came out, but that's the last Lookout Records release I bought, and this was 2001. 21-year-old Bruce was digging that, so cool. Now what we're listening to in the background is a band I always thought should have been on Lookout. They weren't on Lookout, but I always kind of thought they sounded like a Lookout band. That would be the Parasites. This is Parasites from 1990. This came out on Shredder Records, which was the same label that Jawbreaker used earlier in their career, which again is another LA, East Bay area, California band. That could have been a Lookout band, but they weren't. There's that one. They have another one in 94. That was called Punchlines. It was only a Spain release for the LP. I have a friend that has it, but he said he would sell it to me for $50, but I haven't popped on it. Anyway, the other one in 1998, Rat Ass Pie. This is a cool record too. This came out on Go Kart Records. So, Parasites. That's all I got for you, but I may do another Vinyl Finds video in a couple weeks. I haven't really been buying many records. I bought a new turntable and bought some other shit, but I'll probably do another Vinyl Finds video in a couple weeks, but I do have some things in the works where got a project I'm trying to put together and I want to do that, and it should be a lot of fun, so bear with me, and thanks for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Cheers!